Julian, like the Elgato Julian. We have two Julians. They're spelled with differently. We have Julian, who we chatted with earlier about Galleon, two L's, and we have Julian, Elgato Julian, or John Elgato with one L. So let's see if we can find Julian. Uh, we have Taylor. Oh, speaking of Julian, hey Julian, funny to see you here at CES.
Oh, here comes the camera. All right. Should we walk out of the food section?
Yeah, well,
Unless you want to film the food section. It's pretty
that,
nice.
that is something that we also have here. So I thought I would just come to you. I don't exactly have any questions prepared directly, but I thought we could
Okay.
maybe talk a little bit about Galleon and chat. For everyone here, you now have a chance to ask Julian Fest any questions that you have about Elgato, Galleon, kind of what we're doing. Maybe you want to give us actually beforehand a little overview of like, we have the Stream Deck ecosystem here. What are we talking about here overall? Like, what's our goal here?
I think mostly we're showing just how far Stream Deck has come. It's actually pretty rare even for me to see all the different Stream Decks lined up like this. So you have Stream Deck Mark II, Stream Deck Mini, Stream Deck Neo, the scissor key version, Stream Deck XL, Stream Deck Plus, pedal. We've got virtual Stream Deck running on a Xenon Edge. We've got Stream Deck built into a keyboard now with the Galleon. We've got Stream Deck Studio. We've got a custom sim racing button box with a Stream Deck. We've got Stream Deck running on mobile devices. I think this is something most people don't know. Even the SCUF controller is a Stream Deck. So you can use these macro keys here as Stream Deck keys, which is pretty cool, actually.
When Xbox released it, this is an Xbox campaign. I was like, darn, because we were this close to doing that ourselves. Of like, this is a Stream Deck.
This is a Stream Deck. Yeah.
Good on that one.
So lots of hardware integrations, but then also lots of software integrations. I mean, if you pan this way, Stream Deck started as something really focused on Twitch streaming, obviously, but it's expanded massively. So, from live streaming and broadcast, consumer to professional to communication on Slack or Zoom to lighting control to in-game control. It's pretty impressive. And it's cool to see how far the platform has come, and also who's using it. Right, we've got testimonials here from Red Bull Media House, from Microsoft Flight Simulator, from Zoom. We even have an official quote here from the OBS Studio team, which is awesome. And yeah, that's what we're showing here, and that's really the story of how Stream Deck has gone from a single product for Twitch streamers to really a platform for control that I think any user can benefit from.
So I think chat, if you have questions, now is the time to get them in. And we already have one here, actually. One is Julian is European question mark.
German, European, yes, German.
That's such a specific random question, but that's why we're here. Merkt asks, Galleon question: Will there be a version of this? Will there be a version where the Stream Deck is on the left side of the keyboard, or is it right side only?
I mean, I can't comment on that today. I've seen a lot of comments of people saying, "Hey, I would prefer if it was on the left side," and I totally get it. Right, the decision was made here to replace the numpad with the Stream Deck. If that doesn't work for you, then I get it. Maybe there will be one on the left side. Maybe there will be one that's modular. I think you have to make a first step at some point, and to make a first step, you have to make some product decisions, and those are never going to appeal universally to everybody. And for us, I'm glad Galleon is out there now. It's a starting point. And I think we'll keep on building from there, and a lot of it is really going to be based on your guys' feedback. So if you want a keyboard with a Stream Deck on the left or on the top or modular or whatever it is, let us know. I mean, that's what we base a lot of our product development on is what you guys are hoping to see from us.
Let's see. We've not necessarily a question, but a statement here from Digital Drummer. I love how easy it is for us developers to create plugins for Stream Deck. Thank you for that. Yeah, our team, we put in a lot of time and a lot of effort to make sure that it's incredibly easy to get in touch with us, to make sure that documentation and resources are out there, and that Stream Deck as a development platform is open and just easy to use. We love to hear it. We put a lot of time into it.
Maybe a question back. What plugin are you building? What plugin are you working on if you're already working on a plugin?
Or I guess that's a so not only that, but I would even add on to that. Everyone in chat, if you have a Stream Deck or are thinking of getting one, what is the first plugin and your favorite plugin that you're currently using? Actually, I guess okay. Let's flip the script here. Julian, what's your favorite plugin for Stream Deck, or what do you use? I guess the most.
I mean, the one I use religiously all day long is the Spotify plugin. I tend to have music playing most of the time. I love having it just on my Stream Deck for immediate control, but also for the cover art, playback control, volume control, all that stuff. That's probably my single most used plugin, I would say.
Okay, let's see. We got StreamerBot here, Home Assistant plugin, Spotify bar rate or countdown timer. I use my Stream Deck for role playing in Red Dead. The server I play on created an RP plugin that shows character health, horse health, among a bunch of other in-game things. That is super cool. I'm hey, if someone out there from Rockstar is listening, a Stream Deck plugin for GTA 6 on day one would be so awesome. That would imagine all the RP that you can do with that, all the
Especially,
emotes and
especially now with Galleon, that would be really cool to see, for sure.
yeah, definitely. Let's see. That is a great question. I will first say I didn't think of the lefty folks. Okay. Digital Drummer. I want to build a plugin for Mac that will also show me Twitch streamers I follow who are live. Barrator built one for Windows, but there isn't one for Mac.
I think there is. I think there is. I got to check what it's called, but I have it in my setup, so there definitely is. There's a plugin that shows you what Twitch streamers are live. There's also one for Kick, and there's also a plugin called YouTube Ticker, I think, that shows you whenever a channel has either uploaded a long form video, a short form video, or has gone live. So, and I'm a Mac user, so all this stuff does also exist for Mac users.
Okay. Hoffmanmeister. Whoa, wait. There's one with live updating video feeds. Oh, wait. This was a. What was the question here? Replying. I'm developing one for Octoprint Clipper to show your camera feeds on a button. I think that's really cool.
For what?
I'm not sure of the actual software, Octoprint and Clipper, but yeah, I mean you can do that with Stream Deck, of course.
Sounds like maybe it's a 3D printing thing or something. We recently built an internal prototype of a plugin for Bamboo Labs, where we're showing. It's not a. I mean, it's a live feed. It's maybe running at 10, 20 frames per second on a key, so it shows you your print on a key, but it also shows you the print status, like how far along it is, which is pretty cool, right? So you don't have to run into the room and check how far is my print. It just is on your Stream Deck, or you don't have to go into any web dashboard. It's just there.
Awesome. Okay. Let's see one more here. I have a macro to switch off the lights in the room and switch off the computer. Hey, well that's easy.
Oh, I do use that plugin a lot too. Control Center, controlling my lights is also one I use daily almost.
Boba TV. Julian's eyes are mesmerizing.
Well, thank you. It's not a question, but it's a nice comment. I appreciate it.
Okay, back to questions. Iron Kill. Is there a specific game you're looking forward to using the Galleon for?
Is there a specific game? I don't know. I've been mostly playing on PlayStation and Switch 2 lately, where I'm not going to be able to use the Galleon. And I'm a Mac user. That doesn't make it easier because the Galleon is not an optimized Mac keyboard. So maybe we can have you answer that question instead of me.
Sure. For me, honestly, Star Citizen is just the coolest one. That's kind of the generic answer because, well, we have Star Citizen literally right here, and they're kind of I guess, like a launch partner in a way. We're also working on some really cool stuff with them, so stay tuned on that. But Star Citizen is just incredibly fun, and the immersion feeling. Like, there's no really way to describe it when you can activate your ship shields by pressing a key that is displaying something on it. Like, it feels like something out of the future. It still does. Or if you see your ship health on the keys, or you want to pull up your MOBA glass and your guy kind of raises his arm just by again pressing a key that has like a visual on it. It gives that. Again, it's like hard to describe the feeling of that. So like sim games in general are just really fun with Galleon.
Yeah, I mean, it adds that immersion layer, right? It feels like you're in a bit more of an actual cockpit with the visualization that you get on something like Galleon or Stream Deck in general. And I've seen a lot of comments from Star Citizen players on some of the launch posts that they are really liking Galleon, which is awesome. Because, yeah, we're working with the team that's building Star Citizen, and hopefully there's going to be cool stuff to come from that.
Yeah. All right, another question here from Digital Drummer. Any update for Wavelength 3.0 that have been released at CES? Well, we didn't release something specific for CES, but I guess in general, is there an update on Wavelength 3.0?
I mean, we keep building. I think we've put out 3 or 4 beta updates since it went live in October. So we're taking your feedback that you're sharing on Reddit and across social. We're implementing bug fixes. We're changing some of the UI. Um, and that was really the goal with the public beta, right? Was to get you guys using it, get feedback, and more or less build in public as we work towards a full release.
Oh, and here's a wow. Drummer has just got all the questions here, or I guess not really a question, but more of a statement, but also a question. Hopefully, Companion will support Galleon soon. BitFocus Companion.
We've got Galleons on the way to our friends at Bitfocus, so it absolutely will be supported by Companion, by Buttons, and I think we're going to see a lot of Galleons also pop up in broadcast environments for sure.
Okay. So, chat, do you guys have any other questions for Julian? Because now is your chance. We have a rare moment of him. Actually, it's not that rare anymore. You're on live streams all the time. So, what are we talking about? No, yeah.
It's
No.
really not that special.
No. But I guess, are there any notes that maybe you want to leave us with? Or do we want to check out a Galleon again? Or any thoughts?
No, I think, look, Stream Deck keeps evolving. That's what we're trying to show here. And what I'm excited about is that we're starting to integrate it now natively with Corsair gaming peripherals. Galleon is probably the most on the nose manifestation of that. We've literally put a Stream Deck inside of a keyboard, but there's more to come in that direction throughout this year. So keep your eyes peeled, and as always, let us know what you'd like to see from us. I'm really looking forward to feedback, and also looking forward to seeing what you guys think if you get your hands on a Galleon when it ships later this month.
Awesome. Now, there's one more question for you. Any teasers? And I was just thinking as I read this, we tried to tease something, but it actually didn't work.
It didn't work, yeah.
We tried. We genuinely tried to leak something.
Look, we're working on a lot of cool audio stuff. I'll tell you that much. And we're gonna have some very interesting stuff to show pretty soon. The wait is not going to be that long, but there's a new wave coming. I'll leave that as a teaser.
Very cool. Well, chat, why don't we wave Julian goodbye as we head over to Fanatec and see if we can get a demo over there. Thank you so much for joining us, Julian.